The night adventure of a young explorer. Hey everyone! Today I've got a wild story for you about a curious kid who decided to embark on a nighttime adventure while his parents were fast asleep. Picture this. It's a peaceful night in a cozy suburban neighborhood. Little did the parents know, their adventurous little explorer was about to sneak out and create an unforgettable experience, only to find his way back home just minutes before they woke up. Let's dive into this thrilling tale of childhood mischief. The night begins. So it all started on a quiet Friday night. Our hero, let's call him Max, was lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, feeling restless. He had this itch for adventure. After glancing at the clock and confirming that his parents were snoring away, Max quietly slipped out of bed. He grabbed his trusty backpack, stuffed it with a flashlight, some snacks, the essentials, and tiptoed toward the door. The excitement was bubbling inside him, mixed with just a hint of nervousness. What if he got caught? But there was no turning back now. He was ready for an adventure. The adventure unfolds. Max stepped outside, taking in the magical sight around him. The moon hung high, bathing the neighborhood in a soft glow. He wandered down his street, passing familiar landmarks like the park where he played during the day and the houses of his friends. The streets were empty, and it felt like he had the whole world to himself. As he navigated through the cool night air, he could hear the chirping of crickets and the gentle rustle of leaves in the wind. Suddenly, there was a flicker of movement in the bushes. Max paused, heart racing, but it was just a family of raccoons rummaging through some trash. He chuckled to himself, realizing how thrilling the night could be. Then, out of nowhere, he met Mr. Wilson, the kind old neighbor who lived down the street. Mr. Wilson was known for his tall tales and endless stories. They exchanged some quick words, and in that moment, Max learned about the constellations shining brightly above them. It was a moment of connection that he would always remember. The turning point. But then came the moment of realization. Max glanced at the moon, which was slowly dipping toward the horizon, signaling that time was ticking away. Oh no! His heart sank. His parents would be waking up soon. Panic surged through him as he thought about the trouble he could be in if they found out he had snuck out. He had to get back home, and fast. The race against time. Max sprinted back toward his house, the adrenaline pumping through his veins. He couldn't believe he had ventured so far. As he raced through the neighborhood, he spotted bright lights flickering on in some houses, and for a split second, he thought he might get caught. His heart was pounding in his chest, and he could almost hear the clock ticking louder with each passing second. The thrill of adventure quickly turned into a desperate dash. He dashed down alleyways, hopped over small yard fences, and whispered a quick prayer to avoid any neighbors who might be peeking out their windows. With every step, he replayed the night's excitement in his mind, from the sights to the sounds, and most importantly, that chance encounter with Mr. Wilson. The moment of truth. Finally, he approached his house. With his heart pounding, he quietly opened the door and slipped inside like a shadow. Max could feel the weight of the moment as he tiptoed back to his room, hoping against hope that his parents would stay asleep just a little longer. He climbed into bed, barely breathing, and covered himself up just as he heard his mom starting to stir. Talk about timing, he made it back just 5 minutes before they woke up. Conclusion. As the sun rose and his parents began their day, Max couldn't help but smile at the memories of his night adventure. It was a mix of thrill, lesson learned, and stories to cherish. Who knew that a few hours of clever sneaking could lead to such an unforgettable experience? His heart was full, and he realized that the world outside held so many mysteries waiting to be discovered. Who knows what other late-night adventures are in store for him? I guess we'll have to stay tuned. If any of you have had your own little late-night escapades, I'd love to hear about them. Drop your stories in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in today. If you enjoyed Max's adventure, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and ring that bell for more fun stories. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.